Welcome back to Crash Trading, the number one channel, especially when it comes to trading the crashes. I'm going to show you how I'm looking to play the market this week, and I'm going to answer the question, is Bitcoin headed up to 34, 36K next? A lot of people think that. Well, why? Because you have what looks to be an inverse head and shoulders to many people here, and I'm going to tell you exactly why this inverse head and shoulders is probably not going to get us up to 36K. So once again, the average TA guy who's not that very good and hasn't taken the crash trading charts course, he'd probably think, "Oh my God, look what I learned on BitBoy Crypto or someone's channel." By the way, I have nothing wrong with BitBoy Crypto. I'm just saying, this is the average stuff everyone thinks. So they'd be like, "Oh my God, I think we're going to 37K next, right?" And you know, it's just not. It's highly unlikely. And a chart pattern, although it is extremely important, it is not the sole factor in determining how high you will go. And I'm telling you right now, when a lot of people see this inverse head and shoulders and they think that we're going to get up to 37K next, it is possible, but I'd say it's less than a 30% probability, probably even less than a 25% probability. By the way, this is coming from someone who is long right now in the market. I sent this alert out to our members in the Crash Alerts Telegram to long Bitcoin today. You can see my exact entries I gave everyone, as well as our stop loss. And you can see I called this pump today before it happened, and now we're currently up just a little bit with a smaller position size on the long side because, well, the long side is not the right side to be playing. Of course, for short-term little trades like this, we can do it, but overall, the real money is going to be made on the short side. So, like I said, I called this pump today, told everyone right here, we're looking for a push up, but then we're going to be looking to switch into shorting the hell out of it. Market is not bullish. I think we will go back down again, just not yet. And so you can see, I'm talking about shorting the hell out of Bitcoin. Okay, yet I'm long, yet I'm bullish for now in the very, very short term, making 4,700, right? And so we long it until we're going to go short of it. Okay, and so that is what I want to discuss is, all right, if I'm going to short it, then a lot of people would say, oh, short it here once we reach the target of the head and shoulders. Yeah, not happening in my opinion. And so I'll explain to you why I'm so confident in that. We already see a massive volume divergence here in Bitcoin since we hit the bottom. Buyers are decreasing on the way up. Okay, you can see that. That is a fact, not an opinion. And facts is what matters, not people's opinions in the chart. So you can see as we're going higher, less and less buyers are stepping in. That's how I know this up move will end soon. Okay, it will end soon, and that's why I want to be preparing for the short side, because the short side is where the real gains are going to be made. And so as everyone thinks this is inverse head and shoulders, everyone's sights are set on 37K. I'll be preparing to short way earlier than that. And so what I want to talk about is the resistance levels on the way up that give you a very high probability of nailing a short back down to 26K and hopefully lower, obviously, if you're short. Okay, so first level, the most important level of the week, that is 33K, and obviously that was the major low that we hit here back in January. Next level we're looking at is 32K. Why? Well, because we resisted that level 1, 2, 3, 4, a lot more times on a smaller time frame if you actually take a closer look here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so 32K is the next level to be watching out for. And so then there's one more resistance level I want you to pay attention to, and that was this low right here, which also, you see this low right here, also matches up with these lows right there. So this whole, that's 3 resistance levels right above us. And so everyone's looking at this inverse head and shoulders thinking we're going to go to 37K, but you don't realize, there's all this resistance overhead, and there's a lot of people who probably bought the dip around here, around 33K at support, right? Because this was support. And so now all these people who bought at support are underwater, and so as soon as they can get out at break even, that's what they're going to do, and that's how that becomes resistance, right? And so this is just a massive supply area above us, right? And the reason it's called supply zone is because, well, there's a lot of supply overhead, right? When supply exceeds demand, that's how you get drops, right? Simple, to understand. So this is like one big massive resistance area here, and that, in my opinion, is going to overpower this weaky deaky inverse head and shoulders that the novice trader is going to say, oh, I think we're going to 37K. Look at what I learned on, some garbage trash can predictors channel. It's an inverse head and shoulders. Like there's other clues to look at. And so the most important, indicator on any chart, and I teach this in the course, is volume. Volume is the most important indicator ever. Okay, and so if everyone wants to overcomplicate things and look at all these other fancy indicators, when the most important indicator is the most simple one, it's the volume. Okay, and so when you have this volume divergence, that's how I know this up move will not last. And so when you have a volume divergence heading into resistance, that's how I know it's got over 80% probability that we will fail at resistance and we will head lower. That's why this inverse head and shoulders, in my opinion, will not take us to 37K, and that's why I want to look to short, okay, as we reach 32, 33, 34K, because I do believe we're going to get that reversal. Once again, you can see how we go both ways, right? Right now, I'm long. I called this pump this morning in crash alerts, right? We're looking for a push up. Now we're going to look to switching and shorting the hell out of it. See, so when you can read the charts, you can play bullish in the short term and then switch to shorting. And, that's just the ultimate way to make money. Instead of only making money on the long side or only making money on the short side, there's money to be made both ways. And, you just think about it. Okay, all the money you made on the long side this last year, you could have also made money on the short side. Right? So you make money on the long side. Why don't you make money on the short side? Imagine you can make 2 times more money if you could play both ways, but you only play one way, right? You only buy the dip. You only long Bitcoin. So you miss out on making money like half the year, which is just embarrassing to me. I don't know why anyone would ever sign up for that and say, oh, hey, look at me. I only buy. I only go long. I only want to make money when the market goes up, when there's so much money to be made when the market goes down. And that's actually when profits pay off the most, because if you can short the market, and you take all those profits, you can reinvest them on the dip. And so when you can go both ways, you become like 4 times more profitable than just a buyer. Okay, and that's why I'll be looking to short here. I'll be looking to close out this long this week, and I do not want to overstay my welcome on the long side, because I do believe we will be heading lower. It's just a matter of that where exactly will the top of the up move be. So that's why I want to be scaling out, taking profits on the way up, because this pump is not guaranteed to last at all, and I think it's highly, highly unlikely it's going to take us up to 37K like many people think. Okay, so could I be wrong? Yes, but will I make money no matter what? That is also a yes. And if you want to do that, we'll be doing that in crash alerts, where I tell you the exact entries and where to put your stop loss, and whether I'm long, short in real live time. So that is my update and analysis on the market. Like I said, currently long, but not for long. Okay, so be prepared. Yes, there is upside in this up move, but do not overstay your welcome. And with time here, I do expect us to come back down for that low. What do you know? If you've been following this channel and you've watched it, what is something I always teach everyone? I say when you have these major dump offs and you have a big wick that gets bought up, okay, in 90% of cases, you come back and you come back down to that wick. Okay, we saw this happen a lot of times, like this wick right here. See this? See this dump? It's equivalent to this dump right here. Okay, and so when you have these major wicks off these dumps, 90% of the time, you will come back and retest those wicks. It's just how price works, guys. That's how price works. So this is a prime example of how we wicked right here off this massive mega dump. Okay, and it took us a few weeks before we came down. Actually, you can see it took us from that wick. It took us 24 days before we started coming back lower. So, that's exactly why, that 24 days gets you bullish. And as soon as everyone's bullish again, that's exactly when it comes back down. So I think we'll see something similar. I don't know if it's going to take 24 days before we unwind down again, but it could. So I am prepared for that. But overall, I know we will come back down to this low, and I'm 90% confident in that, because if you go back and study the charts, 90% of cases when you have this mega dump, okay, and you have that wick up that gets bought up, 90% of cases you will come back to that wick. So guys, that is my update and analysis for you today. Like I said, we are currently long, but we will not overstay our welcome, because we do believe we will head lower. It's just a matter of, look, a short-term trade to the upside, and then we're going to be looking to short for the big move down. So guys, do not miss the big move down because, for example, on this long, like look how much upside do we have here at this point, like 4, 5, 6, best case 10%. Okay, whereas how much do we have to gain on the short side? It's so much more. Okay, there's so much more money to be made on the short side. You can see 34, 35, 30%. So, that's what I'm preparing for, is to short the market, even though my position is long right now. And that's weird to a lot of people. A lot of people could never do that because when you're long, you get married to that position and you want the market to keep going higher and higher and higher so you can keep making more money on your long. And then people who get addicted to shorting or just so emotional to their shorts, they just want the market to keep going down and down and down. And so you got to be efficient and you got to be able to go both ways. And that's exactly why for now I'm long, but I understand the real money will be made on the short side. And I'm looking forward to nailing it with all our members in Crash Alerts. Guys, if you want to become a member, first link down below. You'll get the exact entries, exact stop loss, and nail some trades like this one. Okay, so I'm looking forward to the week. I don't know if the move will top out this week. Like I said, we saw before, it could last 2 weeks before we actually start heading down. So, keep that in mind. I want you to also notice, okay, so you get this wick down. You come up for about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days before you actually drop. Okay, so on that 7th day, you begin dropping. Okay, well, what do you notice right now? This is 12-hour candle. Let's go to a daily candle. Okay, so check this out. Wick, 1, 2, 3 days to the upside, and then you drop. Okay, right now you get a wick, 1, 2, 3 days to the upside. Okay, and so let's say this candle ends up here, or let's say Monday candle gets us into here. It would make sense, right? It's the same pattern, so we can use this pattern to our advantage to give us a clue of what this is going to look like. So I do expect a pullback soon. It's just a matter of nailing the entry. So let's do an example. Okay, here you had 1, 2, 3 candles up, 1, 2, 3 candles up into resistance at 32K maybe before we pull back, right? So then let's say we pull back. Okay, here you pull back. Then you can see we actually pull back for like a week. Okay, price gets pretty quiet. And then it goes for one more up move. And actually exceeds that high right there. So that would be this high at 32K. Then let's say it actually goes up to the next resistance at 33K before makes the real move lower maybe in 24 days from now, right? I'm just speculating. I'm just using a previous pattern to demonstrate what could happen here. And at the end of the day, I can tell you from experience, and if you study the charts, when you have these mega dumps down and you have that wick up, 90% of cases, you will come back down and you will come to that wick low, okay? So the coast is not clear. Things do not look safe. But of course, as a short-term trade, the long side is what we're in right now, okay? So do be prepared for the reversal. It is going to be coming here. It's hard to tell the exact date it's going to happen. But guys, I will be alerting you in real time in our alerts Telegram. So join that first link down below. If you're looking to make money and profit on this bear market while everybody else loses money, you'll be making money, which means you're pretty much become like 2 times richer than everyone you know around you, okay? Because if everyone around you only makes money in the bull market, well, you also make money in the bear market. Actually, you're going to be 4 times richer than everyone you know around you. Okay, because you make money on the bear market and then you reverse those profits into the bull market. It's just the way to go, guys. Join the link down below. There's a reason this channel is called Crash Trading, because we are the best channel at trading these crashes, and we'll set you up and we'll make sure you profit during this crash. Guys, if you enjoyed this video and update, drop a like, make sure you are subscribed. And if you're ready to profit on the crash, click the first link down below this video and join the Crash Alerts and make some money with us. Guys, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.